Hey guys, what's up? My name is Alex. I'm one of the co-founders of OddsJam, and what we're going to talk about in this video is an example of a sports betting middle where you either make risk-free money, a 2.08% return, which isn't pretty bad considering this game is later today, and you can also get the possibility of a big payout. This is called a middle in sports betting. So we can see on Twinspires this over 71 points in the Carolina versus Tech game is plus 220 odds on Twinspires. So before we dive into the math, we'll place our bets, and the under 71.5 points is minus 200 odds on BetMGM. Again, all sportsbooks kind of have different odds. That's what makes them unique. They don't want their lines to be the same as other bookmakers. So sometimes when these line discrepancies get too far out of sync, there are opportunities where you can come in as a bettor, find two equal and opposite bets and lock in a risk-free profit or a middle, which is what we're going to do here. So we're going to pull up the calculator and we'll go through again the math kind of in a second. But first, let's just place our bet, right? Good lines don't last forever. Sports lines are always moving. Odds are always shifting around as information changes and as people place bets. So you want to try to move as quickly as you can. So let's just do as an example to make the math easy. We're going to bet $10 on Twinspires plus 220 odds. So we'll go here, over 71 points, North Carolina versus Virginia Tech. We'll place $10 just as an example. So our bet is placed $10 at plus 220 odds on over 71 points on Twinspires, right? You can scale this up. This shows you in the arbitrage calculator your risk-free profit, 2.08%. Depending on your bankroll, everything like that, you can kind of size this up or down. It's just $10 is a really easy number to work with, but again, depending on your bankroll, you can bet more, less, whatever. So $10, and then the arbitrage calculator tells us to bet $21.33 on BetMGM. So we'll go to BetMGM. You can see I have it pulled up under 71.5 points in the Tech North Carolina game, $21.33. Okay. You can see that this is minus 200 odds, 1.5. This is in decimal odds. 1.5 in decimal odds is equivalent to minus 200 if you pull up just a conversion calculator. So if we'll place that bet. So now my bet's placed. And you can kind of see this as an example. If I were to put in $100, so I'll just put in $100. That didn't work. I'll put in $100 here. You see your potential payout is $150. That's minus 200 odds, right? You're betting 100 at minus 200 odds. So your total payout would be $150. Your $100 stake plus $50 of profit at minus 200 odds. So that's minus 200 odds. Again, this is just a little weird because for some reason my settings are in decimal format, but regardless. So we've placed our middle bet. Now, how does this work out? How do we make risk-free money? And how do we get the possibility of a middle? So one of these bets has to win, right? Over 71 points or under 71.5 points, one of these bets has to win. If there's 72 points in the game or more, then over 71 points is going to win. If there's 71 points in the game or less, then the BetMGM side is going to win. But what's really interesting about sports betting middles is if there's exactly 71 points in the game, then this bet on Twinspires would be a push, so you'd get your money back, but your bet on BetMGM would win. So we can kind of pull up this little, whatever sheet I have and use the calculator and go through the math. So we're betting this middle. Here are the odds we got, and here's what we're betting. So if the game has less than 71 points, then this over on Twinspires is going to lose. So we are going to lose our $10 stake on Twinspires at plus 220 odds. So we lose $10 here, but we bet $21.33 at minus 200 odds. So we profit $10.67, which is your payout minus your stake, which is exactly what we saw with my bet on BetMGM. So we're profiting $10.67 on MGM. We're losing $10 on Twinspires. So if there's less than 71 points in the game, we profit 67 cents total. We win 10.67 on MGM, we lose 10 on Twinspires. Okay? Now, if the game has more than 71 points, let's say 72, 73, whatever, then this bet on Twinspires is going to win. So we're going to win $22 of profit, and we're going to lose $21.33 here. Again, this is just an example. You can play around with these stakes, do whatever you want, but this is just an example. So we see that if the game has less than 71 points, again, we are going to make money. We're going to make 67 cents of profit in this example. If the game has over 71 points, which means 72 points or higher, then we are going to profit $22 on Twinspires. We're going to lose our $21.33 that we bet on BetMGM. So our profit is once again going to be 67 cents. $22 of profit on Twinspires minus the $21.33 that we lose on BetMGM is 67 cents of total profit. Okay, so if this math is a little confusing, you can go through a bunch of examples with these calculators, but that's the general premise. If the game has less than 71 points, we make 67 cents, and if the game has over 71 points, we profit 67 cents. That is what an arbitrage calculator does for you, is it shows you how to keep your profit exactly the same regardless of the outcome. But what's really interesting about middles, sports betting middles, is if the game has exactly 71 points, then this bet on Twinspires is going to be a push, right? This bet is going to be, a scratch. So we're going to get our $10 back. So if the game had exactly 71 points, whatever, 36, 35, whatever the score ends up being, then our bet on Twinspires is a push. So we get our $10 refunded. We don't win anything. We don't lose anything. On MGM, the under 71.5, 71 points in the game is under 71.5. So the bet on BetMGM would win. So we would profit 10.67. So our profit would simply be 10.67, right? So you can see that regardless of what happens in the game, we're either profiting 67 cents risk-free. We can't lose money here. We can only make money. So if the game has less than 71 or more than 71 points, we profit 67 cents. But if the game has exactly 71 points, then one bet is a push, one bet is a win, and we have this massive payout. Of course, it's not that big. I was only betting, $10, but you can imagine here, if you put $100 on this, this would be 106.7, right? And that is the point of a sports betting middle, is you aren't risking capital, right? In this example, you can't lose money, but you have the possibility of a big payout. That is a sports betting middle, and why sports bettors love to place middles in sports betting is you still have a reason to watch the game, even though you don't have a lot of risk on. So this whole game, we'd obviously be rooting now that we've placed this middle, and if I want to bet it even bigger, something like this, I can't lose money. Worst case, I'm making 66, 67 if I have the bankroll to do this, but I could make $1,067, which is pretty amazing. And that's the point of a sports betting middle, is you have a rare small opportunity, which can still happen, of course. There can be 71 points in this game where you get this big payout. So again, OddsJam has a middling page. We have an arbitrage page, a positive expected value page. You just hit this refresh button to see all current middles. And you can see there are a ton in this Virginia Tech versus North Carolina game currently. So you could kind of just go down the list and place bets on all of them. Again, you can't lose money in these situations as long as the middle percentage is positive. So you're only making money, and you have the possibility of this big win. So it's still, fun to watch the game and everything. So that's middles. Again, if you like OddsJam, check out the positive expected value features as well. We display odds versus, line discrepancies versus Pinnacle Sportsbook and BookMaker Sportsbook, the two sharpest sportsbooks in the world, and we show you big line discrepancies. So here we can see Orioles minus 1.5. That's only plus 285 odds on Pinnacle Sportsbook. arguably the sharpest sportsbook in the world, but you're getting plus 350 on FanDuel. That's some insane value in 11.5% expected value. So what a lot of sports bettors do is they just kind of browse through this OddsJam plus EV page and they'll look for good betting opportunities. And you can kind of determine, you can filter out sportsbooks. This is a settings button. You can filter out any sportsbooks you don't have. You can customize your settings, but it makes OddsJam a very powerful tool because we sort through, like if you just look at Twinspires in this one game, right, there are just tons of different things you could bet on. North Carolina +2, North Carolina -11.5, tons of things. You're not going to be able to search through these odds manually, right? You really need software to be able to search through all this data in real time because odds are constantly moving and show you the profitable betting opportunities and the interesting betting opportunities to look at. So that's really the point of OddsJam. It's to make your life easier, save you time, and make you money. So I hope you found this video helpful on sports betting middles. If you have any questions, you can feel free to email us, of course, as always. And again, I hope you found it helpful. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks.